Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. And this is Patricia. Please press like and subscribe and share. Share this with someone that you think could learn from it. Okay, so today I want to talk about that creative energy that is around you. That creative energy that is around you is that creative energy called God, the mind of God. Is in you, through you, and all around you. So I want to explain how affirmations work because a lot of people don't understand how affirmations work. Affirmations work because that that energy that is around you, it creates according to the repetition that you say in your mind's thoughts, feelings, that repetition. If you focus your attention on something, that creative energy called God begins to create it automatically. If you hold, let's say if you think of something and you hold your attention on it for 1 minute and then you don't think about it the rest of the day, it's not going to start creating that. It begins to create that you hold your attention on the most throughout the day. So if you're holding your attention on there's never enough money throughout the day, that's what you're holding your attention on the most of the time, is going to begin to create that. There's never enough. There's an old saying, the rich get richer and the poor gets poorer. That's because poor people's minds are always on lack. What they don't have enough of. I wish I could buy this, I can't afford it. So it's on always on lack. And that's what that divine energy called God begin to create, lack. That energy doesn't know anything but to create. So whatever you hold in your thoughts, feelings, is going to create. Whatever you say repetitiously is going to create. Now, affirmations, you're repeating them over and over and over. So once you start doing the repetition to say them over and over, that creative power goes to work and start creating that, whatever the affirmation is you're saying. And that's why affirmations work, because it's repetitive. You're saying it over and over. And again, anything that you're holding your attention on or anything that you're saying, over and over repetitiously, that divine creative energy gets to work and starts creating it. Someone asked Oprah Winfrey a long time ago when she had first came into her money, like how does she? It was something about how does she create the money, or how does she hold her thoughts to be able to create the things that she had created in her life. And she said by keeping her thoughts off things that she didn't want and putting them on that she wanted. Why did she say that? Exactly what I'm explaining to you. When your focus, when your mind, your thoughts are on whatever they're on the most of part of the day, that is what you're creating. We create every day, every minute, every second, every hour. So you have to begin to pay attention exactly what you're creating in your life. We often don't think about what our mind is on all day until something happens, maybe, 5 or 6 years later, and then you'll begin to say, wow, I'm having a lot of bad luck. I don't know why I'm having a lot of bad luck, or I'm struggling financially. What is going on that I'm struggling financially? But if you could go back and just take an accounting of your thoughts, you would easily be able to see why you're having the bad luck, why you're having the lack, and whatever the problems is that you're having in your life, because you are creating them. What does this make you, people? It makes you a very important, powerful, well, not important, but a very powerful person. Very powerful. So powerful that whatever you hold your thoughts on is going to create. I'm going to repeat that. Whatever you hold the focus on, your thoughts, is going to create. You don't even have to sit and pray to God and say, God, give me this, 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 and this. You don't even have to do that verbally. You don't have to open your mouth and say anything. Just keep your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, or thoughts and feelings, or your focus on what it is you want. And the universe is going to start creating it for you anyway. And that's why we create things that we didn't mean to create, or things that we don't want in our life. How do we do that? Because you're thinking, for example, about lack all day long. You're not in your own conscious mind. You're not trying to create more lack. You're trying to create abundance, but you don't know why you continuously creating the lack. It's because your mind is continuously on the lack, some way, shape, or form throughout the day. You're worried about your bills, or you're just, maybe you might go shopping and you're thinking about what you don't have. It's all coming from your focus, people. Again, if it's one thing that you could get out of this lesson today, one thing that you can get out of that, the most important thing, is to understand that power of God only knows to create. That's all it knows, is to create. So whatever you put your mind to or your focus to, that's what it's going to create. If you don't want lack, keep your mind off of it. Just keep your mind off of it if you don't want lack. If you want abundance, keep your mind on abundance all day long. And here we go with the affirmations. Because if you keep your mind like there is an abundance of money, or there is an abundance of spiritual substance, and your mind is on that all day, what is going to happen? That creative power will begin to create it. It's that simple. Isn't that really simple? Put your mind on that you want, and you'll get it. I don't care what it is. Once you put your mind on it, you're going to get it. It could be your freedom. Like if you're, locked up or something, it could be your freedom. Keep your mind on your freedom all day long, and you're going to get it. I've seen people that were in jail who said, I don't know if it was right or not, but they said they were falsely accused. And maybe they served a long time, but they knew eventually they would get out. One man said he knew he would get out. He just visualized every day, kept his thought on being free, and he was eventually freed. It took years, 15 years, but he still was eventually freed, because that is what he identified with all day long. Oh, that's another good word. Whatever you're, like I said, what you keep your mind on is what you create. Whatever you're identifying with, that is even better. Whatever you're identifying with, that is what you're creating in your life. So if you're constantly identifying with lack, there's never enough money, then that's what you're going to constantly create. At one particular time, I was, going through the process of trying to change my consciousness to that of wealth. And I didn't understand as to why I still was struggling financially. And then I had to really sit down and pay attention to my thoughts throughout the day and what I was doing. Well, what I realized is that I was still acting like there was a shortage. I still was not acting like there was an abundance. Like if my rent or bills or whatever it was that was due, I would think in my mind, oh, I have to get the money to pay this. Now, to me, what I was thinking is that it was so easy to get the money to pay it, so there really wasn't an issue. But then I had to look and say, no, there is an issue because I want to already have the money to pay it. I don't want to feel like I don't have it and I have to get it up. That feeling right there, that I was feeling like I didn't have the money and I have to, manifest it, was keeping me in lack. Keeping me in lack. And I didn't know what was keeping me there. That was it. Because I was still giving off that frequency to the universe that I didn't have abundance. I was giving off, yes, it's easy to get, but I have to get it. What I needed to do was change that and put off the vibration to the universe that I have an abundance. I have an abundance right here and now. I don't have to try to get it up. I don't have to get it up. I don't have to get it in 2 or 3 days. I have it already here. When I did that, then I experienced a shift from lack to abundance. So if you haven't experienced that shift from lack to abundance, there's something in your mind that you're still holding on to that is identifying you with lack, and you're identifying it throughout the day. This lady was telling me how she had, attachments, like spiritual attachments to her. And she didn't understand as to, why they weren't leaving. Well, throughout the day, her mind was on them all day. When your mind is on them, what your mind is on is what you're going to create. When she withdrew her mind from that and put it on something else, they left her. Just suddenly up and left her. Just one day, she woke up and they were gone. So I don't care what it is. Take your mind off of it and put it on something else. Because once you take your mind off of it, you're no longer giving it attention. You are no longer giving it attention. When you stop giving it attention, it cannot enter into your world. Nothing can enter your world unless you're giving it your attention. If you're giving it your attention, it can enter your world. If you're not giving it your attention, it cannot enter your world. That includes lack as well. If you close the door to lack and don't let lack enter your world, it can't. It can't. So if you don't understand this audio the first time I'm playing it, continue to play it. Continue to play it over and over till you get a aha moment and you understand what I'm saying. Now, that doesn't mean that when you do things or you move your consciousness on something else, it's going to happen like overnight. It may still take a while to happen, but it will. Because remember, I told you the man took 15 years to get out of prison. I don't really know how much he was thinking about getting out or what the process was, but it took him a while, but he still changed it. So remember, when you're also doing these thinkings or keeping focus, put energy with it. Put the feeling with it, because that makes it happen quick. So do the focus and the feeling, and you'll see results immediately. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Patricia Show. Hope you have a great week. Bye.